Greetings, upstanders. Dr. O here, and like a lot of y'all have been watching the election coverage and the feedback, and I'm going to share some thoughts about the general elections overall. But one of the things that's been bothering me so much is that I've seen people across these different networks say black men came back to the Democratic Party and black people came back to the Democratic Party. What type of nonsense is this? Like, these are people who have expertise, have experiences, who are doing this work, who are on these networks. So many of them have experiences. Some are just influencers who are up there because they have an audience. But who in their right mind can say that black men came back to the Democratic Party? Black men never left the Democratic Party. Black men, they say black and Latino men, they left Trump and came back to the Democrats. What the actual hell? Black men voted overwhelmingly for Kamala. They were number two behind black women. They were number two behind black women. And black people and Jewish people that were top voters for Kamala Harris. It was Latino people from the Latino community that broke for Trump. That's real. Stop comparing the two. Why are you saying this? It doesn't make any sense. It's like you got these prepackaged statements that y'all just feel like you need to make to talk about a victory. Now, of course, the proper thing to say was that Trump made inroads with black men, got a smaller, larger increase than last time, but that's not winning black men in any way, shape, or form. That's not winning black people in any way, shape, or form. And and someone said, black women, black people came back to the Democratic Party. Black women have never left the Democratic Party. What needs to be had is a conversation about the white vote. But people don't want to have that conversation. People are talking about, mamdani and Spamberger and these races, and they're talking about the youth vote and how Latinos, came back and so on and so forth. But I don't hear people talking about the white vote. And in the major races that people are talking about, which is Virginia, which is New Jersey, and which is New York City, white voters broke Republican. White voters still went Republican. White voters still went for the MAGA candidates. In New York City, all of the results aren't in, but when you combine Sliwa and Cuomo, in terms of the white vote, that's more than mamdani. They voted more for them than they did mamdani. Why aren't people having a conversation about, with everything that's going on in this country, the white vote is still breaking for Trump and MAGA, and obviously led by white men? That's a conversation to have. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I believe in Virginia or New Jersey, white women broke more for the candidate, and maybe in both, I'm not sure. But overall, the numbers say this. Why isn't there a conversation about that? Why are you all putting out fake stories about black men in these elections and black people in these elections? And furthermore, you're not even having full conversations about black people who won their elections. I haven't watched every single news story, but obviously Roland Martin breaks it all down. I haven't. I saw one person talk about Mary Sheffield, black woman who won in Detroit. I see nobody talk about Sharon Owens, who won in Syracuse for the mayor's race, black woman. Sheffield won the Detroit mayoral race. Dorsey Applers, who also won her race. Like, where are in Albany? First, I don't know. I think it's the first black mayor, but definitely the first black woman mayor of Albany. Why aren't there any conversations about that? Vi Lyles in Charlotte. What about the black vote and what they did in Mississippi and breaking that majority there? Like, there are so many things to celebrate as relates to black voters, but y'all are phrasing these things in, they came back, they never left. And I see people like Ali Vitale, talks about when women run, they win. But people are just focusing on the Virginia and New Jersey governor's race. And women across the country have been winning, and particularly black women across the country have been winning. So, can y'all get your stories straight? Can y'all get your facts straight? Y'all need like AI fact checker or Google, political somebody come out and fact check these guys. As relates to how they're talking about black people, black men did not leave the Democratic Party. Black people did not leave the Democratic Party. Black women are always at the top of the vote, and that continued this time around. Like, get your facts straight and stop using black men in particular as some type of revelatory story that you just want to share with people about, oh my gosh, they broke for Trump in 2024 and now they're back. It's nonsense. And I'm only going by the numbers that I'm seeing. This is factual, but people want to create some type of ridiculous narrative to speak otherwise, and it's really problematic. And quite honestly, it's disrespectful. And but it shows how people see black voters. They got very limited views of them, very limited thoughts of them, and they look at all of us as a monolith. Folks at Fox mad and Sears mad that Obama didn't support Sears, but they didn't say nothing about Sears not supporting Kamala because all black people are supposed to support each other. Oh wait, y'all think Kamala ain't black, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. So I applaud the black turnout. I applaud all the people who got out there, and voted and made their voices heard. But this idea that somehow, black people have come back to the fold and black men have come back to the fold is absolutely nonsense. And I'm seeing little to no attention paid towards black electoral victories, which have happened across the country as well. Historic wins as well. And I think that's also problematic. So don't just talk about black people coming back to the Democratic Party and not actually talk about the fact that, black people actually ran for some things as well and some offices as well and won those. Jay Johnson, like run down the list. And it's disingenuous from these media outlets to not do that, but it's not surprising. Let me know what you all think. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Let's get to 25,000 subscribers and let people know what you think. Peace.